people will think you're on time, but the
Yeah,
reality was
just
that
like
no, they'll
just
think
like the
that it
song of the
happened.
day, man.
You like they don't. All right, people who weren't here,
People
behind
of
the
Earth,
scenes, this man was late.
people of Earth, prime time with Taff and Phil is back for episode 48. As always, I'm on time, just like the song of the day. We definitely weren't supposed to start at 6 p.m. Here we are at 6:30 on the dot. Truly a prime time startup. Um,
Yeah,
Ready to roll. Philip White, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better than I was this weekend.
Oh yeah, dude. You saw some vintage Aaron Rodgers. Vintage like a year ago Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's crazy that we still probably would have won that game if Caleb Johnson didn't pull off one of the dumbest plays of the season. I don't actually think that'll be top. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna be
No.
real. I don't think there will be a dumber play this season. It would take some real effort for there to be a dumber play. Like someone would have to physically, very intentionally throw the ball backwards completely.
Well, what do
Like it
you
would have to
think
be.
is dumber? That one, either it was that Raiders Patriots game, I think, where the guy threw the ball backwards on an end of game play. I think it was Raiders Patriots. Could
I
be
don't
wrong.
think that's as dumb. It's still very dumb, but I don't think it's as dumb because you're very clear. You play to win the. Like it wasn't a smart play to do, but at least it had like, oh, he's like trying to win the game. With Caleb Johnson, he just stands in the end zone like an idiot. While because I guarantee you, when the ball goes over his head, there are people on the team who do know the rule, yelling at him to go get the ball. Like I have to
Yeah.
imagine people on the team, like Kenneth Gainwell, is genuinely frustrated that Caleb Johnson did not go back and get the ball, and clearly people knew about it.
Yeah, I don't
And
know what.
I will not understand how, as an NFL player, you make so much more money than me and the majority of people right now this year, and like the majority of people watching football this year, and you still don't know that you gotta go pick up that ball.
Yeah.
I
And
want your game check. Caleb Johnson, give me your game check right now because you did not earn it this
yeah, I don't
week. You
know
did
how.
not earn it this week.
I don't know if it's possible to dream up a play that could be dumber than what Caleb Johnson did. Because he just, like, forgot a core rule of football as a professional player. Everybody in the building was like, what are you doing? How did Caleb Johnson, the player himself, forget? I don't think I can think of a play that's dumber than that.
I mean, I'm sure the Jets might have two or three in their history, but
Nah,
that's just
dude.
them,
Nah, dude.
dude.
This is worse. This is worse than the butt fumble. This is worse than.
Oh, the butt fumble happened on like Thanksgiving. It's just more of it's a more iconic, stupid play in general. But it was pretty bad. I really can't believe that that happened. That I'm still in shock. It was an awful game for the defense. It was terrible. It was terrible watching that defense that's supposed to be better. Mike Tomlin's, what do you, dude? You are horking down right now. Like the POV of just like that's what it looks like. That's what
I'm
it looks like
so
right now.
hungry. I'm so hungry.
It's just I can't I cannot stand the fact that Aaron Rodgers. I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was going to be that week one guy every single week. That was going to be
I don't
hard to ask,
know,
but it
man.
was
You
not
seemed
good.
pretty excited about Aaron Rodgers. You were
But I
like,
don't. Yeah, but
"Oh, get
you
behind
can't.
the decent
Okay.
offensive line."
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. He tore y'all up, so I don't know what to tell you. That's the reality. He tore y'all
Well,
up. That's still a factual
that's
statement,
not this conversation,
and
though.
I understand that. But at the end of the day, like, did you really think he was? I didn't think he was going to throw 4 yards and 4 touchdowns. I just didn't think it would completely just be what that was. I don't know what that was that I just watched. The reality is, it you would have to expect if Mike Tomlin doesn't get better, dude. This is going to be. I think, especially the fact that the defense has been so bad the last 10 games. I think they have a 10 straight games they've given up 300 or more yards.
Wait, for 10
That's
straight
not.
games, the Steelers have given up 300 or more yards?
Yep,
Wow.
10 straight games goes going back to last season. So if you're Mike Tomlin, and you're paying all these guys as much money to tighten up. This should have been a win, and it's not. But on the bright side, you gotta hope. I mean, Tomlin always finds a way to lose to New England, so there's just a chance that we just lose that game too. But if he can find a way to beat New England, get back on track next week, or if not, it would be week 4 where they don't play JJ McCarthy, which honestly I might even prefer after watching the Atlanta game. They play Carson Wentz, so the Minnesota game looks much more winnable. Starts.
Yeah, Minnesota's been a weird team.
Well, it's only 2 weeks in. Everyone's kind of been weird. I think low key, everyone's just kind of been weird. There's not exactly a setting in trend to every single team right now. Everyone's still trying to figure out who they are, where they're gonna place like offensively, defensively. We don't really know. Like even like Detroit, you could say, oh, they were terrible against Green. They just put up 50 points again. Like
Yeah.
You can't really come to a conclusion on either team yet.
I'm hype about the NFC North. And dude, how about the Bengals? Ooh, they got a better record than you.
Okay, okay, you want to talk about that game?
Let's talk about the Bengals, man. That was one of my favorite games.
That was not so much a good performance by the Bengals, but really an embarrassing choke by the Jacksonville Jaguars. I am not Joe Burrow gets hurt. Jake Browning throws 3 interceptions in this game. And Jacksonville very much could have just ended it if Brian Thomas Jr. catches that 4th. Like that's a routine catch. That is not hard for a guy that many people believe is a top 10 wide receiver when he's playing well, right? That should be caught. That's just a fact of the matter. Jacksonville absolutely threw this game in every way possible. They actively lost this game. Like I don't know how you can have this type of sequence. They got 3 interceptions off of a back and forth. You were not playing against Joe Burrow. And the fact is that this should have been an easy win. If I told you you're going to get 3 interceptions and be playing the opposing team's backup quarterback, you're like, oh, bingo, that's a win. Nope. Not for Jacksonville. Not for the team that makes everybody dream every single year.
I will say,
it was gross.
When you look at the circumstances for the Jags, yeah, that is embarrassing. You got to handle business when you're not playing against Joe Burrow. But look at the poise that Jake Browning had coming into this game.
What poise? 3 picks. 3 picks, and Jacksonville's defense was one of the worst in the league last year. And in addition, that final drive they had was aided heavily by a Travis Hunter penalty. There was a huge chunk of that drive was just a Travis Hunter pass interference. And by the way, be 2-0 all you want. You really going to tell me Jake Browning's going to keep chip floating with that defense for 3 months?
How long is Joe Burrow out?
3 months minimum.
No freaking way. 3 months?
Yes. And you know why? Because Zach Taylor is an overrated head coach. Most good offensive coaches can figure out their offensive line. They have it figured out. They're able to at least either distract from the fact that they have a bad offensive line by being able to draw up good plays, or they draft good linemen, or they go out in free agency. Zach Taylor has done none of those 3 things. Zach Taylor has actively done none of those 3 things. That offensive line is a mess, and Joe Burrow is hurt again because the offensive line is terrible. At what point, if you are Joe Burrow, he has been sacked more rather in this time than his league than Andrew Luck was in the same number of games. He is on an awful, historically bad level of getting sacked and having
the numbers off the top of your head.
It was like 271 sacks so far he has taken, which I think Luck was around the 2. It is absurd. What happened to him? What the heck, man?
There we go.
What the heck, man?
That was happening
What the heck?
too. I don't know why.
Oh my gosh! Hold on. It is ridiculous. I mean, look up. There's sitting. It's got to be here. It is. In his short 6-year career, Luck had racked up 828 quarterback contacts. That's a contact percentage of 21. Burrow is in his 6th NFL season and has already racked up 634 contacts and contact percentage. And by the way,
wait, say that one more time.
634 contacts. 634 contacts. That's a 20% contact. Basically, what I assume means you are getting hit on 1 of every 5 plays.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, Joe Burrow isn't going to be able to have a long career that way, so he's...
In his first 7, no, this was it. Andrew Luck retired early. In his first 71 games, he was sacked 157 times. Joe Burrow has been sacked 201 times that same.
That is bad.
So, how can you as a franchise be like, oh yeah, quarterback, we're all set, and then now he's... And again, him being out 3 months implies that they need to be in realistic playoff contention when he comes back. Because if they're not, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Why bring him back at all if he's just probably going to get hurt again? Can Jake Browning hold water? To me, probably not, which begs the question, no. Don't look at me. Don't know. Jake Browning cannot hold this ship. Not with this defense. He can't do it. Not with this defense and not at the rate he turned it over. I don't change at all. I mean, Chase Brown so far to start the season has been slower production-wise than anticipated. This team is so much more Ja'Marr Chase now than it ever has been to the start of this year.
I mean, I'm wishing all the best for Joe Burrow, and he definitely knows how to get the ball to Ja'Marr Chase. But, oh my God, I have Ja'Marr Chase on my fantasy team, and when Browning came into the game, holy crap, man. He was getting the ball to Ja'Marr like nobody's business.
Because it's a one-man band. I think when you talk about... I know there's T. Higgins, but I don't think we saw him last year not be able to stay healthy. I think it's very clear. And Chase Brown, I believe, it was like today, at one point in this game, 14 carries, 42 yards.
Yeesh.
That's like 3 yards a carry, which is just not good overall. And I mean, listen, man, at the end of the day, you gotta be better than this, right? I mean, yes, they got the win. But here's who they've played. They've played Cleveland, and they've played Jacksonville. Now, I like Jacksonville. I think that they'll be better, but Jacksonville really did not play well. Brian Thomas Jr. was not nearly as much a part of the offense as I felt he needed to be. And Cleveland's Cleveland. And you barely won that game.
I mean,
and
they
then
just
even
beat the Jags. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid.
I know that, but it's still like you very clearly should have lost that. You didn't win that game so much as Jacksonville lost. To me.
Yeah.
And then what else is going to happen? Okay, backup quarterback Jake Browning. Oh, I can't wait. Like, guys, what happens when you play Lamar Jackson and the Ravens? Right? Like, looking at the Bengals schedule, I can't imagine it's very positive looking moving forward. Like, in the 3 months you got to play teams. Like, next week you're very lucky because the Vikings are also starting a backup. But then you got Denver, Lions, Packers, Steelers, Jets, Bears, Steelers, Patriots, and then, I mean, maybe you can have Joe Burrow back of Ravens, Bills, Ravens, and he'll just be coming off injury.
What week is that?
That's like late November, early December. And so he's either just coming back, like he would just be coming back, he would not be in game shape, was my guess. So I just don't see Jake Browning holding water against the Lions, Broncos, Packers. I think they'll drop at least 1 to Pittsburgh. Like, do you really think this team holds that much water with Jake Browning? Probably not. So which begs the question. Should it be Browning, or should it be Jameis Winston, or should it be Kirk Cousins, or like should it be? It's probably like, to me, Jameis is just gonna throw it to Ja'Marr Chase.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that doesn't to me translate to wins as a team overall. It might translate to offense. It might not translate to wins.
Yeah, I think if you are trying to be serious with what you're doing, don't go for Jameis Winston. But, that's absolute cinema. I mean, if you want to move tickets, Jameis to Ja'Marr, I would go. That's one of the best shows in football, in my opinion.
Right, but you will get days where like I just don't think Jameis dominates offensively. I mean, it's still a bad offensive line. That's the other thing you got to understand is that it's still, despite the fact like Joe Burrow doesn't just leave and the offensive line is better. Like the offensive line is still terrible. Yeah. It's still a mess. And you have frankly, Jameis Winston, as much as he creates, he also creates a lot of turnovers.
Yes.
I don't think that's a winning move. The only real, maybe if you squinted it, thing that could hold water is possibly Kirk Cousins.
I think Kirk Cousins would be serviceable. Is he still on the Falcons or is he out of there?
He's on the Falcons still. He's the backup in Atlanta. I think that's the only real serviceable option. I think if you don't make that trade, what you're saying is, oh, we're committed to Browning. And I think Browning is just gonna be
average. No, below
not
average.
good enough to hold the ship. Certainly not against the stretch that you have upcoming.
Yeah.
And again, like it's not like these wins were convincing. Like I don't think either of these wins that the Bengals got were convincing.
So they were not very convincing for sure. But I mean, I don't know. Oh,
like I wouldn't doubt if they lose week 3 and Carson Wentz puts on a show against Cincinnati. Like I don't doubt that Carson Wentz could do some damage with Justin Jefferson and with Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson and with Kevin O'Connell as the coach. I mean, there's especially again not a good Bengals defense.
Yeah, I want the Bengals to be good so bad. Like one of my takes coming into this season is we're not gonna get another Joe Burrow-less playoffs. So
we're gonna get Joe Burrow this season, dude.
Yeah, Jake Browning, put in the work. Do good enough so that the Bengals make the playoffs, but not so good that they start you come playoff time. Even though actually that would be a great story, but I want to see Joe Burrow play. I guess Jake Browning just go off, go hard. This is what we dream about when we're kids, in a sense.
Jake Browning.
Well, what Jake Browning's opportunity is.
Listen, if Jake Browning is going to throw 3 interceptions against the Jaguar defense, I can't imagine what he's going to do against the Vikings.
I'm excited to see. Is that 1 o'clock?
Yeah, I believe that's 1 o'clock game. I think it is probably going to be. It could still be a shootout, but I think the Vikings better, especially when healthy. So, it's good enough to where that's not gonna allow Jake Browning to do that.
So, who's gonna be playing for JJ McCarthy?
Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah. Before we get into that, I want to talk about the Jags a little bit, dude. They blew that game. I think the offense looked good. We've talked a lot about Liam Cohen and his quarterback magic that he works. Did you see that altercation between him and Trevor Lawrence?
Oh yeah, they were beefing. He was yelling at him to hit him. I think he was yelling like hit him in the chest and shut up.
I guess maybe that could be like a slight interaction that we as consumers could be blowing up, but I don't know. It's like,
I mean, listen, I mean, it happens like that, but that's like something that is very common that happens with like coach quarterbacks. Like I've seen it. Like they even I'm reading this. They laughed off an interaction.
You're cutting out a lot.
Wow, dude. Wow. So Liam Cohen on Monday, they said they had laughed off an interaction that was caught between them on camera. So it seems that there was some form of communication that may have been, Now, in all fairness, Trevor needs to be better with the ball. Like he had a really bad interception in the end zone. I know he was pressured by Trey Hendrickson on the throw. But you got to be at getting enough oomph on the ball to away with. And the other thing is, where's Brian Thomas? Where's Brian Thomas Jr.? Where's that man? Right? Like, why is it that when I look up, if I type in Brian Thomas Jr. stats of week 2, and I see he has how many catches? How many catches does he have? He's got, so far in the year, 5 catches, 60 yards in 2 games.
What a dog. Thank
No,
God
it's
I didn't draft him.
7 targets, 1 catch, 11 yards. And honestly, let's be honest, probably the game-losing drop. Let's be honest, the game-losing drop. Like, if he catches that, I think he turns upfield at the very least, probably gets in the end zone, game is over.
I
Right?
agree. That was
So,
pretty redonk of him.
this Jags team could very easily be due to, like, basically... And again, the reason why I feel like I'm a little excited and that they could wins is because
they
didn't play well. They didn't play well in that game. They could get 9 wins.
You're cutting out a lot.
Yeah,
They could what?
They could get 9 wins, right? Because they didn't play well in that game and still almost won. Like, they threw the game away.
Dude, they played well and still... No, they didn't. You were saying like 5 minutes ago that the Jags sucked.
They threw the game.
They threw the game. But
Yeah.
They threw the game against a really bad team. So, like, what does that say about the Jags, man? I am, yet again, not drinking the Jags Kool-Aid, man.
But the difference is that if one play goes right for Jacksonville there, they probably win the game by double digits. The that collapse would, like, if you think about the point swing, that's basically because they score a touchdown and then they give up a touchdown. So that's a 14-point swing. I think it was a really bad fourth quarter for them to have, but I think at the end of the day, it is stuff that is fixable. And I think it's happening. I also think because, look, man.
No, so are, like...
Do you think the Bengals can fix what they have right now?
So, like,
but you think,
I wasn't gonna
like,
say the
compared to
Bengals, but I was
Cincinnati.
gonna, like, you can say this about so many teams that just lost. It's like my boss Dave has been saying to me, man. Like, almost winning is called losing. Like, oh, if we just did this one other thing different.
Oh my gosh.
Like if we just did this one other thing different, we would have won. Like.
But that's like an objective truth right there. Like, Brian Thomas catches that ball, it's game over, right?
Okay, yeah.
And again,
it's almost caught the game-winning catch against the Eagles in Week 14 last year, and the Panthers freaking suck now. Like,
yeah, but the Panthers were still bad for the majority of that season anyway. Like, it doesn't. My point being, in a game where there's still a lot of positive to take away from a game where they like, do you really think Brian Thomas is gonna have another game this year where he just has 1 catch?
probably not.
So then, yeah, you see my point. Like, the optimism is
more games where he gets 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they also have gotten their running game better. Like, Travis Etienne and Tootin scored this weekend. Like, they've got
moves.
the makings of a team that can easily win the AFC South, especially when that division are 0, like, 2 other teams in that division are 0-2. And of course, Daniel Jones is 2-0. But unless, like, it's either going to be a 14-3 crazy Colts, or it's going to be the Saints. It's going to be like the Saints last year. Like, no one knows what that's going to be until we get further in the year. So it's either, I think it sucks that they did lose this game, but I think the reality is it is a rookie head coach. It just bothers me that at the end of the game, Brian Thomas Jr. got to drop that ball. Chase Brown convert a 4th down, and then Travis Hunter commits an awful DPI. So
yeah,
it was a collapse. But I mean, really, if you look at Cincinnati, like, if you had to tell me who I feel more optimistic about moving forward, I'd give you a hot take and say Jacksonville.
Well, that's not a hot take. The Bengals already weren't that good, and now they're missing Joe Burrow. Like, yeah, the Jags are going to be better than the Bengals, most likely. But it doesn't mean the Jags are going to be good.
Sure, but I think there's positive stuff. Like, next week they host Houston. If CJ Stroud continues to look like CJ Stroud, Jacksonville could easily just knock Houston down 0-3.
CJ Stroud looked good last night, dude.
Ugh.
He looked all right.
What do you mean?
He was above average. He was above average.
What do you mean? That's not good. What do you mean? He completed Jamarcus half of his passes.
Did you say Jamarcus?
Yeah, Jamarcus. Like, as in Jamarcus Russell. That's not good, bro. You should be completing more than 60% in general. You're going to be an NFL.
Look,
That's
man,
the expectation.
I believe in CJ Stroud.
13 of
we were watching,
24.
I was watching last night. What was it? 2 nights ago? Was it last night or 2 nights ago?
He had a QBR of 19.5.
Okay, that's awful. Holy crap.
He had a QBR of 19.5. He was 13 of 24, 7 yards and a touchdown. Now, I admit some of those problems are the offensive line. But, dude, after that first drive, that Texans offense was mostly garbage in the end. Like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Compare that to, like, the guy he played against. Compare it to what Baker looked like. Baker looked like a dog. Baker looked like a real quarterback. Baker looked like a guy I'd want on my team.
Well, yeah.
Baker QBR 60.4, 65.8% completion, 215 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Like,
yeah, Baker's great.
Right. But the reality is, if you like, think about how Tampa got Baker versus how CJ Stroud, right? At a certain point, Texans are now 0-2. The offensive line looks like one
of the what?
One of the worst units in the league. That offensive line looked like one of the worst units in the league. And you can't just stall for 2.5 quarters offensive. It's just not good. It's not good as a team in general, and I can't be put in top 10 conversations if that's consistently going to be what your offense looks like.
Yeah, they have to figure it out on their offensive line. I think CJ Stroud, I mean, it's not your fault.
It's not all his fault, but the fact that this is that rookie year of how good he was. Now, last year, basically no improvement, maybe even a slight regression. And now it's the same thing again. Like, you know what he's becoming? He's becoming Derek Carr.
No,
like, just a little bit.
I mean,
give him
if 2 years, and yeah, it'll be like, watch out for CJ Stroud, and then he does nothing, kind of like the watch out for Derek Carr thing.
Look, at the end of the day, you gotta be better. You can't be this, okay? You can't be what this is right now, especially now that and when you're a franchise quarterback at the end of and there was like a discussion, I didn't really believe it at the time, but like there was a discussion between CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, and I don't think it was Jaden Daniels, it was some other quarterback that year. But they were like, only 1 or 2 of these guys can really be good. Very rare to see all 3 be that good, like to really take that next step. And I was like, I think it's probably going to be Stroud. So far, I'm being proved wrong. That CJ Stroud has not taken that next step, and it's looking more like Jordan Love is the one
that
in his third year starting. Jordan Love looks like the one who's taking the next step.
Well, yeah, but I mean, isn't it? Wait, did you include Jaden Daniels in that bunch or no?
No. I just knew there was. I was vaguely aware that there was a third quarterback in 2023 that had a big year that I thought was in that conversation of being that guy, like for years.
I wonder who that third guy was.
I don't know off the top of my head. There may not have been. It may have been just those 2. But yeah. I vaguely remember there being a third one.
Jordan Love has been an absolute baller this year, dude. Shout out to the Packers, man. Too bad Jaden Reed's hurt, but whew.
Yeah, Jaden Reed getting hurt is not good. Again, Green Bay was very good. They dominated Washington. They dominated the best 2 offenses. So clearly their defense is no joke. They dominated Detroit, and they dominated Washington. Mm-hmm. Now, here's where I'm going to play devil's advocate. I still believe this team will have challenges if they cannot find a clear receiver 1. It can be Tucker Kraft for all I care. But if you don't have a guy on 4th and 7, 4th and 8 that you need to catch, I think that's how you're going to lose a critical game.
Yeah, I can see that, but I think all signs already point to it being Tucker Kraft.
One big game is amazing, and I understand that. But I think in terms of reliability, like, I don't think there's anybody else outside of him. And if he's not it, like, let's say this is just a one-off, we need to find out if it's going to be a consistent thing.
He was pretty damn good last year. He had some big games.
He was very solid. I'm saying he was very solid. What?
My haircut's just so bad.
Like, what the
I told you. They
didn't, man?
Didn't believe me.
I got a little thing on the back of my head, man. Like what got going on over here, man?
Head looks like a truffle tree, dude.
What is this, man? What they got? What the fuck going on here, man? Sorry, pardon my French.
Wow, bro, come on, man.
Family show.
Head looks like a truffle tree.
Look at the
Remember
top
that?
of his head.
Look at the top of it. Dude, that actually be, you know what? That's what you should say to, like, if somebody has like an afro and it's like colored, like either like pink or orange, they just could go as a truffle tree.
That's true. That would be pretty sick.
For like for Halloween. They could have like a Lorax, like a really short friend be the Lorax.
Mm-hmm.
I challenge someone out there to make that Halloween costume. If you get an afro and look like a truffle tree, and then make your friend and dress up like Lorax, or if you have a kid, you just make the kid dress up like the Lorax, and then you're a truffle tree.
Ooh, that
and
would be
cut
pretty
you
sick.
He's like, no, don't cut down my truffle tree. You know? So you're welcome.
Wait, I have a special announcement to make.
What?
I'm not fully revoking it, but I'm partially revoking my Jets fandom.
Ha! Ha!
I mean, this is also
How long
the
did it take,
introduction.
folks?
What? It took like okay. This season it took 2 weeks, but that's not
2
why. It took 5 years. Okay, it took 5 years. After 5 years of voluntarily being a Jets fan, when I wasn't born into this, I because I was talking about this with some people today, and it's like
right,
like in basketball, you know, like if you have been following the show, you know that I am a diehard Knicks fan, and like my love for the Knicks exceeds my love for basketball. My love for football exceeds my love for the New York Jets, which I have claimed as my team since 2020. So, it's like, what am I doing? I'm just going to go back to not having a team like I typically do. But this is the introduction of Taft's fandom power rankings / Taft's terrific, terrible teams to watch. Still a working title.
Gosh.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my 5?
No. Because I know the Jets are still on there.
They are still on it.
Why would you? Why, dude?
I'm tired of getting berated for not watching the Jets. Like, dude, I told people that after we went down 27-3, it's not like, bro, the Giants and the Cowboys are having such an entertaining game. Why am I gonna subject myself to this? If we somehow miraculously came back after halftime, I would have been ashamed of myself. But guess what? It's the freaking Jets, so they didn't. Okay, it was 30-3, and I found this out while we lost 30-3, and I found this out while I was watching overtime of the Giants Cowboys game, and not a single part of me was like, "Damn, I wish I watched us." Like, dude.
Actually, if you really knew the score, you knew
30-10. 30-10.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
But you're not a real fan anymore, so you know.
Well, yeah, because why would I subject myself to that? It's like it's fun to be optimistic, like have some delusion, but it's like, dude, that is pathetic. You looked like a college team out there. How are you going to lose? How are you going to be down 20-0 at any point during an NFL football game? Like, there's no excuse.
Look,
That's
man,
why
they
I'm
played
revoking
the Bills.
my Jets fandom.
Gosh, bro.
Do you want to hear my current new team? This is gonna potentially.
What? Eagles? What is it? The Eagles?
No. I'm not claiming the Eagles. I have a top 5. Okay. I have some magnets and a magnetic whiteboard coming in.
This is whack.
This isn't whack. This is cool as hell.
This is whack.
This is tough, terrific, terrible teams to watch. Yes.
No.
Hear me out, because this is gonna highlight the lesser known stories. Because you know me, I root for the weird ass teams, and I'm going to explain them in exciting ways. And it's going to make football even more exciting.
You don't root for the weird ass teams. You root for teams that are actively horrific.
No,
like actively have some of the most have been so horrific over the last several years. From whether it's quarterback play, whether it's the coaches they hire, or maybe it's just a team that just has some goofy quarterback that's playing well? Like, is it like really? What's the team? I want to hear the team. I want to hear the team that you're bandwagoning on right now, 2 weeks into the season.
Do you want to take
Let's
a guess?
hear it.
Do you want to take a guess?
AFC or NFC?
Fuck, I don't know.
How do you not know? See what I
pretty
mean?
sure it's the AFC. It's the AFC. It's the AFC.
What color?
Blue.
Colts.
Mm-hmm. Indiana Jones.
Okay, this is
That's my number
insane.
one team right now.
This is insane. The fact that he was like, man, I don't know what conference it was. Last time we had this discussion, we literally went over that the Colts are in the AFC. And
It
you
took me
couldn't
1 second.
remember.
I realized.
that.
I could remember because I just told you. It took me
Clearly
2
not,
seconds.
because you were like,
just
I
thought-
don't know. I don't know. Oh, guys, I
Then,
don't know.
no, I said I don't know, and then it's like 1.5 seconds later, I was like, "Oh, the AFC."
Bro, I have that, dude. Nah, you were
Dude,
like,
I
I'm
thought
pretty-
I didn't know,
I'm
and then I
pretty sure.
realized that I
I'm
did
pretty
know.
sure.
What do you have to gain from
You
this,
didn't.
man?
You
What do you have to
didn't,
gain
bro.
from
you
this?
didn't know. You just said you were pretty sure. That's not saying that you know.
Okay,
It was like,
yeah,
I'm
because you know why I said I'm pretty sure, because if
Whatever,
I was,
man.
if I said it confidently and I was wrong, we would be having the same conversation right now.
We still are. We yeah, exactly, because you know, but you should know.
Dude,
you should
you're
know
just
what's
like constantly on like rage bait mode.
Is it that hard?
Like,
Is
I'm
it
not
that-
even doing anything, and you're like rage baited right now.
Is it that hard? But is it that hard? Is it that hard to just know the conference of the team?
When they haven't been in the playoffs in a while? Yeah.
Bro, where are the what conference Panthers are in?
The NFC.
Oh, but you knew that one right off the top of your head. They haven't been in the playoffs in a long. In fact, it's
Okay,
been
yeah,
longer
because
for them than for the
I lived
Colts.
in Charlotte, and I thought about the Panthers. The Panthers are another one of the teams on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
Do
All right, fine.
Do you
Division
want to
for
hear
Bears.
my top 5? You want to hear my top 5 right now? This
All right,
is-
first of all, let's. You've already mentioned the Colts. You're just hopping on the Colts bandwagon. Are you gonna bleed?
yeah, a bandwagon. Like they're actually gonna like do well. Like
Yeah,
I
but
don't
like,
know.
you see what I mean? Like, bro, like, this is what I'm talking about. You go out and you just watch and prefer rooting for a team that you would rather be doing good at. That's just, you know what? That's a lack of commitment. That's a lack of being there when times get rough.
I
Right.
have,
But, like, you know how-
been at
you know
the
how much
college level,
suffering-
dude. And with the New York Knicks, are you kidding me?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it
Then
doesn't
you're not
matter?
gonna do that. You're not gonna. It doesn't matter here.
Dude, I can't win. I
doesn't
can't
matter.
win when it comes to discussing NFL fandom. Oh, you're a Jets fan, but you
Just
don't
be a
watch
fan of the
them.
team.
You don't watch
Watch them.
30 minutes. Hey, let me finish. So this is
I
why I can't win.
I watched the team. Do you want to know how? I
No,
watched
no,
the team.
dude,
play
your team
like
has
they had
gone
never-
above 500 every year
This
for your
team-
entire life. This is
Do you know
different.
what I watched
This is
yesterday?
different.
Do you want to know what 60 minutes I watched? I watched
Yeah,
absolute
it was bad.
disgrace, and it's not the first time I've watched this through some of the worst games I've ever seen. I have seen this team lose to Tim Tebow. I have seen this team lose to Browns Baker Mayfield. I have seen this team lose to Blake Bortles twice in. Like, I
Yes,
watched the
in
games where
overtime.
Big Ben.
In overtime.
No,
All of those
What are you
games-
talking about? What are you talking about? That is such cap. No, one of those games went to over.
Okay.
One.
Like, yes,
And-
the point is you are competitive. The Jets just played the most
What do you
awful
mean?
NFL game I have ever seen in my life.
I had to watch this team go down 21 to Blake Bortles twice in the same season. I had to watch Big Ben throw 5, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 interceptions against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay,
and then
yeah,
I
but
had to
can I
watch us
say
go down
my piece?
21 at home.
Okay, yeah,
in a
like,
divisional
you
round
told
playoff
me-
game, which was supposed
you-
to be out. No, I'm not done.
You told me about
see
your
how I'm
Steelers
not
trauma before, man. I want to talk about...
Exactly. What trauma have you really experienced as a Jets?
I don't allow
There's not
myself...
nearly
I don't
enough.
allow myself to experience trauma as a Jets fan because I'm smart.
Oh, right, yeah, sure. But you pick them to be your
let
team.
me-
But you
let
pick them
me-
to be your team and don't
allow
got any
me
commitment to when they're losing.
speak! Thank you.
Unbelievable.
This is why I
Unbelievable.
can't win in any conversation regarding NFL fandom. Oh, you're a Jets fan? Oh, you did this voluntarily when you were 20 or 19? Oh, bro likes to suffer. Oh, You don't watch like when your team is down 20-0 and Justin Fields looks like a freaking goofball, like, and 20-3. Oh wow, I'm gonna get so excited about this. And then at halftime, after halftime, what did we go down 27-3 or something? After the like, I watched like the first 2 drives of the third quarter, and I was like, dude, why would I subject myself to this? Let me switch it over to Giants Cowboys. Then, Taft doesn't actually like suffering. Taft's a fake fan. Now, I'm revoking my Jets fandom, and I'm still a fake fan? I'm just a bandwagon? Everybody in Philly's telling me to become an Eagles fan. Would I be a bandwagon then?
You were a bandwagon. You bandwagon right onto the
train to the Super Bowl. The Eagles. I live in Philly. They're a fun team.
Now, who's your number 1 team? Oh, the Colts. No. Meanwhile, Colts fans have had to washed Matt Ryan and washed Carson Wentz and the garbage stain that is Anthony Richardson and the pain of having to lose Andrew Luck to injury. And you just get to come in and be like, oh yeah, I'm a Colts guy now.
Well, like, I'm not a full-time Colts guy. I am just a casual fan enjoying football. These are the teams that I like. What's so bad about that? What is so bad about that? What is so bad about being a casual fan and just liking the teams that I like and following the cool stories? Because that's my favorite thing about the NFL after all.
Nothing wrong with it, but you are, you know what? You're a not nice word. You're a word that I would be censored. That's what I would say.
You're a word that what?
You're a word that should be. You're a word that I would have. It's not a.
You cut out.
It's not a nice word to say, so I'm not gonna say it. You know.
Wow.
But
wow. Well, all right. Here's my top 5. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, there was only gonna be good teams too. Good.
What do you mean?
Why would it?
Okay. Here we go. Number 1, Indiana Jones and the Indianapolis Colts. I love the run that Danny Dimes has been on. Also, guys, this is the first iteration of this segment. I have 32 NFL logos and a magnetic board that I'm going to be doing this segment on once a week.
Okay.
And second, coming in a second, we have the I'm trying to think.
Cause you had one ready to go.
Okay, I'm a busy guy. Okay, but I'm just trying to, like, I have my 5 teams. I'm not 100% sure about the order. I will say at number 2, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Just because, I mean, they're awesome. Okay, but then at number 3, we have the Carolina Panthers, and then at number 4, probably the Raiders. Probably the Raiders at 4. Yeah, dude, they're exciting.
You not watch Monday night?
Well, actually, no. I went to sleep really early. Well, no, I didn't go to sleep really early. I watched like the first quarter, then I fell asleep.
I guess it's terrible team, so it still counts. This isn't even. Dude, you don't even need
like weird solid bits in these like muscle milk protein shakes.
I don't know why. No.
Oh, dude, I don't think it's actually milk. So like, it's like fine, but like, oh, dude.
Proceeds to drink it again.
After saying, it's not like it's like a big thing that I would like chomp down with my molars. It's just like a little thing.
And I don't know. Okay. Like, man, this is such a like gross thing in this drink, and then proceeds to continue.
Gotta drink it. Gotta drink it.
Sure. What's the last team? Why are you still drinking out of it if it's such a problem?
Ugh. Okay, my fault.
Oh my gosh. Like, jeez, bro. You are such a frustrating human. Oh my goodness. Like, if I was like, ew, there's like stuff in the drink, I'd stop drinking. I would just stop right there. But instead you're like, Go back to drink it and then find
like
the exact same problem.
I don't want to sound like a meathead, but like there's 40 grams of protein in this little bottle. I'm gonna get every freaking drop.
Whatever, dude. I don't understand your logic.
I wanna have a lot of protein. I wanna be in caloric surplus.
Right, but like, okay, then stop complaining. Okay.
You see, you have a very interesting perspective on life. I want to pick your brain more, Philip White, because like this, like, it's like you say like if you want to be in caloric surplus, you are suddenly not allowed to complain about the chunks.
Why? But like you know that there's chunks in it. But you know that there's chunks in it, right? So this is what happened. You knew that there were chunks in it. You complained about it that there were chunks in it, and I was like, I offered you a very clear like, oh, then probably stop drinking if you're not a big fan of the chunks. And then you proceeded to indulge in the fact that there were chunks.
I did not indulge in it. I just thought I would express what I'm experiencing.
But dude, I don't care. I don't care about the chunks in your milk. All right? How about that? I don't care that you got some random chunks and you're like, oh, especially when you're just going to go back and drink it anyway.
I mean, sometimes it's like, life has milk chunks. And like, it's like, I feel like this is a similar logic to like, oh, you, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to come up with an analogy for this. Like the milk chunks, like life has milk chunks. And I'm drinking the milk chunks anyway because I want to be in caloric surplus.
Right.
So, like, it's kind of like, yeah, like, do you think people shouldn't be able to insult the IRS because they have to pay taxes?
People
can't complain about taxes because they have to pay them?
Because you can stop right there. That's not a want. That's not a have. That's a want thing. You're choosing to. You don't have to. You're choosing to continue to drink that. Whereas the IRS is like, you have to pay taxes. What you're doing is you made a complaint about the drink, and then instead of like if let's say this, if there was like something that I didn't like about the thing that I am choosing to do, I would have felt like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be like, I'm going to say this thing about this thing, and then I'm not going to. Instead of not liking the thing that I'm doing, and then just deciding I'm going to do it anyway, and then complain about it after doing it a second time.
There's like a sip left in it. So it's like, might as well finish it, you know?
But then why'd you complain about it a second time?
I only complained about it once. Oh, well, no.
You
because the second
time, about it.
Because the second time,
and then
there
complained
was like
about it again.
some weird film. That, like, I think it's, like, I don't know, some weird film that ended up on my list.
So you were upset about something in your drink, and then you drank it again to find that there was something in your drink again.
Yeah.
Like, this is, okay, you know what this is?
Weird,
let's say somebody...
dried up bit of film that I
Let's say somebody, orders soup, right? And there's a fly in my soup. Waiter, there's a fly in my soup.
Okay.
And then, wait, let me finish. And then... you go and you're like, oh, what a big deal. Whatever. You go back in, you eat, and then you find out there's another fly in my soup. How did that happen? Like, why didn't you just maybe get a new soup or get something else to eat or just leave the restaurant and ask for a receipt? Because clearly there was a fly in your soup and then there was a fly in your soup again. And you still chose to eat from the soup that had fly in it.
This is different because I'm not going to... A fly in the soup says a lot more about the entire establishment than a little bit of dried up muscle milk film in the bottom of my bottle. Like, I'm confident that this factory manufactured thing that isn't actually a dairy product, it's not gonna kill me. It's not gonna kill me.
Right, but then why were you still complaining about there being stuff in the milk if it was there already?
I don't want chunks in my milk. But it's not the end of the world.
But then you still drank it anyway.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It's just like, ugh. I think, you ever
just
bite into an apple and you expect it to be crunchy, and then it's just mealy and you're like, ugh, what the hell? But then you eat it anyway because it's an apple.
I just think I just eat the apple.
Yeah, but like, you wouldn't express that, like,
Screaming on a mountaintop, folks. This apple is not crunchy, and I need everyone to know it.
Well, you know me. That's actually the type of thing that I would do.
That's what you all the time.
I wouldn't scream it from the mountaintops, but I would be like, I would express what I just experienced.
Like Paul Revere.
Damn,
like
I was
Paul
expecting
Revere
that to be
running
crunchy.
through the night.
Or you ever, like, maybe you have, like, maybe a beer and a water.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Like, you're not really looking at
This
your cup,
apple's
and you
not crunchy.
grab one of the drinks, and maybe you expect it to be water, and you accidentally grabbed your beer cup, and you're like, whoa, that's beer. That's, like, kind of what I went through with the unexpected chunks.
I just think it's ridiculous to just complain about it and then still drink it.
I mean, I think
I don't get it.
This is a sign of a much deeper issue, Philip White.
No, I think this is just a sign that you need to, like, get over the fact that there's chunks of milk in it. Like, you complaining about it, and then you're just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
this is a microcosm of a much deeper issue with you, Philip White.
Dude, how is it every time I have an opinion, it's a microcosm of a deeper issue? That's crazy. My gosh. It's like, oh man, Phil has an opinion about something basically meaningless. It's clearly a deeper microcosm of everything that it stands for as a person.
Oh
my gosh.
So, like, you're just saying, like, oh, if, like,
Screaming on a mountaintop,
carry something
an
out,
apple's not
like,
crunchy.
I want to figure out, I feel like there are, like, some ties into, like, is this stoic or is it not? For you to have the opinion that if I'm going to drink this milk that has chunks in it anyway, I'm not allowed to complain about the chunks. That's what you're saying, right?
Wait, say that again.
If I'm going to continue, like you're saying basically, like, I have these unexpected chunks in my milk. If I'm going to continue to drink the chunky milk, I'm not allowed to complain about it. Is that your logic?
You're more than allowed to, but I think you sound like an idiot.
I mean, it's not like I'm saying it after every sip. It's like, ugh.
No, but complaining. How can you be complaining about it, then still be drinking it anyway?
It all ties
like
back
if I
to
had
surplus.
Whatever, dude. It's just I just feel like if you're gonna complain about that, then just stop drinking it.
Like, the garbage isn't gonna do itself, man.
That's not. I feel like that's not the same thing. Cause that's like chores. People like
eat your vegetables. Sometimes muscle milk's a little weird, but
you don't have to drink them. You don't have to drink. Like, there was hardly any left. It looked like there was a sip left anyway. You don't have to drink it if there's just chunks of like powdered milk sitting in it. You don't have to drink it. There's an active choice that you're actively making, complaining about something, and then still doing it anyway.
Well, yeah, because I wanted those last couple grams of protein, man.
But then what was the point in complaining about that anyway in the first?
Because I got unexpected chunks, and I wanted to express that.
I just feel like that's ridiculous. But then you complained about it and said, "Oh man, that's
ridiculous." Like I can't voice my distaste for unexpected chunks.
You can, but it's a waste of time. Because if you're just gonna drink it anyway, what was the point?
To share the human experience.
Okay, here's my human experience. Here's my human experience. Oh, there's I'm almost done with my, like, protein milk. Oh, look, there's dried up chunks at the bottom. I probably won't have that. Like, that's my logic. You just wasted, like, you had like an additional step to doing something that you didn't even need to do.
You probably spent the same amount of time going to throw out the last of your protein shake, and you wasted muscle milk. Me, I don't view self-expression as a waste of time. So you wasted milk and time if you throw the shake out.
No, I used the time to just express, or even like I probably wouldn't even said it too. I would have just looked in and went, ugh, thrown it away. I would have actively said out loud, "Oh my gosh, guys, take a look! There's powder of milk in my
That's
look."
not what I did.
No, but like you still, to me, that's basically.
No, didn't you ask me why I made a gross face?
No, but you had made like a really like gross face. Like I was been like, ugh.
Because
like you made it sound like there was a turd in your milk. Like that's what I thought was gonna happen. Is like, is there a turd in your milk? Like that's what I would have thought.
That was one of my fears.
Why would? It's your eternal fear that there's in your in your muscle milk.
Yeah, it's my phobia.
I don't know. I just don't
have
see.
A creeping,
I don't see a
sense that there's gonna be poop in my milk.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
How about the Broncos, man? How about the Broncos?
They lost.
Yeah,
they lost.
It's still pretty good.
They lost. They lost to a team that, let's be honest, they probably should have beaten.
They did lose to my favorite team.
See, like, again, saying, oh my gosh, my favorite. Like, see that?
I say that to mess with you. They aren't actually.
Yeah, but that's like that's essentially the core of what you're doing.
Super loyal to. I don't really have a team that I'm super loyal to, but
so weird.
That's not weird. I just like football and the stories and the culture that surround it.
Right, but you couldn't handle rooting for the Jets.
No, because you want to know what? I don't think I ever even finished my point about this. Like, I couldn't handle rooting for the Jets. Like, dude, of freaking course I couldn't. They suck. Like, because I would support them through and through. But like, when I decide that I'm not gonna watch my team get freaking torched and look like a college team. Because there are pretty much every other game on is more entertaining. I am not wasting my Sunday watching a game that is 20-0. Like, and then we score a garbage time touchdown, big freaking whoop. Like I said, I tuned out of the game after the second drive of the third quarter, and if we made it slightly competitive, hell, if it was 30-17 at the end, I would have regretted changing the channel. But final score 30-10, and we scored a garbage time touchdown. I don't regret turning the channel off of that game at all because I had been watching an actually entertaining game, a crazy game in Cowboys Giants. And I get flack for this, like, oh, you're not a real fan. Then I also get flack for existing as a Jets fan anyway. So it's and then when I leave my Jets fandom, it's like, oh, this guy. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what should I do? What should I do? Root for another really bad team with no hope?
You know what? When you choose a team, that's like a blood pact, man. That's what it really is for a lot of people, man.
Phil, I am an NFL orphan. Okay, I with all the other sports, I was born into my fandoms. With the NFL, I was born into a family that didn't really have teams. We just enjoyed watching the NFL. That's what I was born into. I'm incredibly loyal to Mississippi State, becoming incredibly loyal to Temple, incredibly loyal to the Knicks. Like, so like,
but yet you can't just be loyal to like, dude.
I can't be loyal to what?
Can't be loyal to NFL teams.
Yeah, because all of my fandoms are based off of family ties and personal connections. And I don't really have many family ties and personal connections to the NFL. I mean, hell, dude, I have more personal connections to the Panthers and the Eagles than I do the Jets.
I don't know, man. It still feels like, I'm gonna say it feels like a bitch move.
How? What should I do? What would make me less of a bitch, Philip White?
Keep rooting for the Jets. Keep rooting for the Jets, man.
No, you just want me to suffer. I'm not gonna play this game where I'm too prideful.
Because what? What are you gonna do? You gonna pick another team?
I am going to watch my Sundays in peace. I'm going to watch my
Yeah, but
Sundays
you're
and
gonna-
Blues and not have to watch the freaking New York Jets.
But sure, but then you're just gonna pick a team that's winning, and then that's again another band. So you'd be bandwagoning back years. Like that's a hard tag to shake.
Bandwagon
That's
thing.
a hard
It's
tag to
not
shake.
A bandwagon thing. If
feels-
I immediately said,
you
"Oh, the
describe
Eagles
it?
are my team," this is like
If
I
you
didn't live in
describe it,
Philly, if I
it
didn't
is.
live in Philly, and then I was like, "Oh, the Eagles are my team now," yeah, that would be ridiculous. But I live in Philly. You know,
Yeah, but-
everybody around me that I watch football with wants me to become an Eagles fan. And I'm like, no, that'd be lame. They're the best team in football.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you describe it, it doesn't sound great.
What do you mean?
So you
Well,
were
I
a
just
fan of
described
the
it,
team.
and it sounds pretty dang rational.
Yeah, but you-
I think.
So you were a fan of a team for 5 years, and just because a team that you had chosen of your own willingness, and you said you would commit to this team, and now after 5 years, which really isn't that long to be a fan of a team in general, the overarching human life where it is, you've decided, yeah, you know what, I'm not gonna root for that team. Instead, I'm just gonna root for any team that I feel is winning and fun to watch.
Mainly the latter. If we get
I
Jameis,
disagree.
If we get starting
disagree.
quarterback Jameis, dude, what do you mean? The Panthers are my
disagree.
number 3. The Raiders are my number 4.
Yeah, but you didn't watch the Raiders game. You didn't watch the Raiders
I
game.
watched
You
the
didn't watch
first
either
quarter.
Raiders game.
I
You watched the
first
first
I like
quarter
the
of the
Raiders
Raiders.
now. I like the Raiders now.
No, you don't. That's such a lie. That's such a lie. You did not. You watched the first quarter. Yeah. Oh. God. No.
I like these guys. These Raiders guys. I mean, also,
No, you don't.
my dad's best friend, Mike Martini, been a Raiders fan through and through.
You don't like the Raiders. Like that's just a lie.
Shout out to Mike Martini.
Whatever, man. And then not to. Oh, and by the way, I gotta talk Eagles specifically.
You gotta talk
'Cause-
Eagles specifically, you said?
I do. I have to talk about the Eagles. So they beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs, which by the way, Chiefs also, like, I'm not going to say Philly played a great game because I really don't think. I think very easily the Kansas City Chiefs could have won that game. Travis Kelce had drop pass and turned an interception. Like, I don't think Philadelphia played a great game. I have a take that Eagles fans will get mad at. I don't care.
Uh-huh.
If the tush push cannot be properly officiated, it needs to be banned.
What does properly officiated mean?
Because on that play, in that game, when they go up 20-10 on that tush push, it is the most obvious false start by both offensive guards I've ever seen in my life. They both actively are moving before the ball snapped.
I did not pick up
And-
on that.
I'd seen it in replays. I'd gone through footage I'd rewatched, and I'd also seen, and there was also like clips of them going off sides. But I think the reality is this play's gonna get banned next year. And I think the reality is it's gonna get banned because NFL officials can't officiate.
Maybe.
It's gonna get banned. Ultimately, I think at this point, it probably should be, because if you're a team, if you can't officiate it and you're constantly gonna be started and offsides when you're running this play and you're getting away with it, then they should probably ban the play.
Yeah, maybe. But one thing I want to talk about, dude, how about Travis Kelce doing the big nuts celebration after one catch and then proceeding to turn a drop into an interception? That was awesome. Go home to your wife, bozo. Sorry, Travis, you're probably a good person, but nope, not
No,
in a
you just
Chiefs
hate him.
uniform.
You just hate the Chiefs, man.
I
You're
do.
big Chiefs. They're 0-2. Like they're 0-2, man. I'll tell you right now, the team would be so much worse without Mahomes. I'll tell you what.
Oh, for sure. Dude, Mahomes didn't even look that good the other day.
Yeah,
you see him?
I mean-
he overthrew a guy by like 15 yards. What a freaking
Yeah, and he hit him later. Like, okay, you know what? Stop that. That's disrespectful. Stop the Patrick Mahomes disrespect.
Why do you defend Patrick Mahomes so much?
Because I'll tell you why. Because the reality is, let's talk about the reality right now. He doesn't have his top two wide receivers. The offensive line is significantly worse. There's absolutely no running game. The defense has regressed. And despite that, he's keeping them in the game against. like he's keeping them in the game against the defending Super Bowl, you have to give that a certain amount of credit. Because if you don't, like, what are you doing? So many teams that if there was most other quarterbacks, I'll tell you right now, that team loses by like 3 or 4 touchdowns. That guy is the only reason that team isn't like bottom, I'd say 6, bottom 6 in the league. Like I don't love him either, but the reality, like I hate this like narrative that, you know, I don't know. I guess maybe it's because I'm older now and the perspective I have on different now that I'm older. But dude, he is that team. Like he leads that team in rushing in 2 weeks. By far leads that team in rushing. The team is nothing without him. The team is, and they still almost won. They still had chances in this game. And, like, you can't even blame it on him. Travis Kelce was dropped that pass in the end zone that led to an interception. Like, Mahomes could have beaten the Eagles this past weekend. He was closer than people give him credit for to winning this past weekend.
Well, he didn't.
I know he didn't, but, like, man just hates the Chiefs. Man just doesn't want to give Mahomes credit.
Well, Mahomes can do some spectacular things on the football field, but I don't like him. He's a tool.
Whatever, man. No one was saying these things about Thomas Edward Brady when he was on the field.
Yeah, because Tom didn't go on freaking YouTube. He wasn't in. Well, okay, no. Let me say this.
Well, he wasn't in that culture either.
Tom wasn't in every other commercial, and also Tom didn't go on some freaking GQ interview with his annoying wife and say, oh, I don't lose. Oh! Like, dude, you are a freaking douche, and I am so glad you got embarrassed in the Super Bowl. Like,
gosh, bro.
Like, how arrogant do you have to be? Really? You don't
There have
lose?
been players that have been arrogant before that have been much worse.
Okay, they suck too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you only give him flack to Patty.
I just hate when people's heads when people get so freaking big for their britches, man. And then they get embarrassed. It's like, it's the same thing as, like, you know, way back when you'd be younger and in high school and there would be, like, you know, some super arrogant kid and you guys would be like, man, he needs to get punched. Like, that is Patrick Mahomes, and that's what happened in the Super Bowl, and it was so satisfying to watch.
With all due respect, the man does have 3 Super Bowls. There's a real testament to be made. I mean, he's also never missed an AFC championship. It could happen. It'll probably happen this year, but you got to give.
To say you don't lose, it misconstrues what sports are even about. Like, and what defines success.
I'm sorry. Isn't there a quote that says you play to win the game?
Yeah,
there's even a quote where, like,
game, but you don't learn how to win without losing.
Yeah, but it's not about winning and losing.
How about the Michael Jordan quote? I've missed this many game-winning shots. I've da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and that is why I succeed.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was super arrogant too.
Michael Jordan, but the difference is, Michael Jordan acknowledged that he succeeds because he took the time to fail. He had humility. Patrick Mahomes is a little baby that lacks humility and cries to the refs when he doesn't get a freaking call. Like, I
think that's such an over-exaggerated headline, dude. I really do.
It probably doesn't happen as often as I just expressed it.
Yeah, but like what you're just saying is that it is ultimately over-exaggerated.
I mean, name another quarterback. You know, this guy, when you're the guy that's famous for getting calls, and then this is from a while ago.
Are you?
But how are you also going to be the guy that complains to the refs after saying, like, didn't he go up to Josh Allen? He was like, horrible freaking call after he loses to him after winning the past 3 times. Like, dude, you are a freaking man-child.
Tom Brady did the exact same crap. He did such similar crap.
This conversation is about Patrick Mahomes.
But I'm understanding, like the double standard of holding up quarterbacks to certain standard when they all do, when all of them have these moments not have. They are not completely mature. They all have these moments.
No, they
Most
don't.
of them do.
No, they don't. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. When did they do this?
Josh
Purdy.
Allen did 100% do this. You see these players that whine and complain on the sideline. You've seen them. You've seen people throw tablets, get into fights on the sideline constantly. People don't describe that as immaturity every single step. They usually describe it as what frustration is throughout the course of a game.
I have never seen Josh Allen stoop to a low level. I've never seen Jalen Hurts stoop to a low level either.
I don't know what to tell you, but it happens. It happens, and I think it's an overblown headline overall on Patrick.
Well, I just think Patrick Mahomes is a classless individual.
Say what you want, man. I disagree.
Oh, it happened again.
I disagree. Again, I keep telling you, I think that's overall an exaggeration as an individual. I think there have also been other examples of that same thing happening. Like, I don't know, you have people complaining about that, but the same people are completely okay with, like, I don't know, you seen Tyreek Hill's scandals lately? Remember the Ray Rice's scandals? Remember, like, Ray Lewis's scandals, right? Like, this stuff is, like, I think that's the least of people's problems in general. If you're talking about, like, you seen Justin Tucker's scandal,
yeah, but
like, you see,
doesn't
like,
validate it. Like obviously Tyreek Hill having, like, however, you know, having his issues, like with his baby mamas, like that doesn't. It's not like that. Just because I feel passionate about, like, because, like, obviously people are, like, can do whatever they want with their lives, but I hate seeing influential people be assholes. And, like, because there are kids that look up to Patrick Mahomes, and when Patrick Mahomes after the game has to freaking tell Josh Allen that he won because of a bad call, or say that he doesn't lose as, like, a 29-year-old man, like, or however old he is, it's like, dude, have some class. Like, kids look up to you, you know?
I also
Tyreek Hill does, like, it's not like a pissing match. Like Tyreek Hill's clearly, like, what he's done is worse, but it's a matter of, like, dude, understand the stage you're on. You're being a man-child.
Look, I agree that was kind of out of pocket, but at the same time, I have seen other quarterbacks do that and not get new. Like, even Brady has done stuff like that where he is whining and complaining to officials and didn't get, like, I don't know. Like, it would be like he got that flack, and then at a certain people don't care anymore.
Wait.
Like,
say that one more time. It would be like
he would get that same flack. He would get that same flack when he would claim that there was a bad call, or whatever. And then, like, people just didn't care. They would be like, "Oh no, he's totally right." Like I don't know, dude. I feel like you can't have the double standard. Is not something that, like, if you're gonna show one guy to have that kind of level of maturity, then you should be showing it for everybody. And I feel like it's not nearly on the same level.
I just don't know who else is doing that today, because, like, I mean, we look at,
plus, like, if you're gonna take one quote out of context, it also, you're gonna do anything else he's ever said.
Wait, you're cutting out.
If you say that, like, oh, he said, like, thing where it's like, I don't, that's also by logic you're saying that everything else he's and contributed to the game and contributed to other young people playing the game goes by the wayside and isn't important. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like that logic is invalidating. He's still said other things. Like, dude, the dude has youth camps. Like, the majority of these players have youth camps where young kids go to learn how to play the game. On top of him just being a general icon in the sport, he also has said other things about growing in maturity and leadership. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think you can contribute him his whole entire career and just, I don't lose. And I don't even know where you...
It's in some GQ video. I'll find it.
Right.
It's
Okay.
redonk.
Sure, but like, does it invalidate everything else he's?
No, but he
No.
also seems like a douche.
You seem like a douche too, man.
I
I've
don't.
seen you sometimes.
I mean, dude, I don't unironically say things like I don't lose, and I definitely don't freaking go up to the star of the guy who just had a
Okay,
great
dude,
win
this
and
is
tell
like
him that he only won
okay,
because of some
dude,
external
really?
factor.
This is like a bit. You really think he wanted to do this? It was a couple. It was in the context of a couples quiz with his wife, dude. His wife said, "What do I always lose at?" And she says, "You." Like she was glazing. Okay, you can't get mad at his wife for glazing him.
I mean, I mean, he says that he doesn't. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I saw this in a. I don't know, the vibes sucked. I don't care who you are, but like dude, if you like after your wife like says something like about like meh, 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 and like you out loud say I don't lose in anything. Like you're a
I
tool.
don't.
You're a
I think
tool.
you are adding that, dude. Come on.
I'd have to watch it. I saw it in an edit,
Oh
but
my
like
gosh.
dude, Patrick Mahomes is a freaking tool.
Whatever, man. I don't know what to tell you. I think that is an exaggeration, and I strongly disagree. I think what he's done for the game, and I think he's done for the people who want to play the game is still valuable. You hear me, Patrick? You hear what I'm saying? Listen to me.
Listen to me,
You're a good
Patrick.
guy.
Listen to me. Get your ego in check. Do more for your community, Patrick.
Dude, he did a GQ interview with his wife. Like, you know what? Get married. Get married, Taff. Get married.
I'm 24 and I'm working on it.
Get married, dude.
I actually already got
Get
married
married.
once. I was engaged. It's all right. It's pretty overrated. Just kidding.
Look, wow.
Getting engaged.
Yeah, he knows. This guy knows everything. This
When
guy
you're
knows
like
everything about
19 or
engagement.
20, stupid and overrated. But I don't know. I haven't been 28 before. I'm hoping I can be engaged when I'm like 28.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That makes. Listen, I'm just saying. I think it's a little. It's a little bit of a. I think it's a little bit over exaggeration. Just don't be.
That'll be this week's poll. Oh my god! Ow!
Yeah, everyone's gonna be contrarian. Everyone's obviously.
What? That's it's not
Douche.
contrarian. The poll's just gonna be.
Everyone's gonna
is
say
Patrick
that.
Mahomes a tool? Yes.
Yeah,
no.
that's what everyone's just gonna say. Yes, for no real reason.
Yeah.
Well, I hate the Chiefs. Like, dude, that's not contextually. It's like not. It's obvious what the answer is gonna be. Obvious what's gonna happen.
Okay. Well, all right. We have been live for an hour and 18 minutes.
Plus, it's GQ giving them those questions. Like, dude, do you think they wanted to answer that question, dude?
What even was the question?
It was literally like, "What do I always lose?" That's the question.
Oh, that is a pretty whack question.
So
I
don't know what to tell you. Then yeah, like I don't know. Probably Monopoly. I don't know.
Yeah.
My every bet I play. I tell you, like, man, come on.
Yeah. Every time I take my under. Oh, that would
Oh
be
my
a fun.
gosh. Every time, dude, I'll be in there every time I take her unders.
Yo. But, all right.
Ugh.
Young T wants to recline. It's been a long day. I didn't yawn once throughout this episode. How about it?
Wow, good job. Wow, you know
Thank
what?
you.
Gold star, bro.
Thank
Didn't
you.
yawn.
I'm honored.
About time. 48 episodes. First time he doesn't yawn.
No. First time I acknowledge that I didn't yawn.
Sure, whatever. Call it a. I'm right.
But Young T has a kitchen to clean and a video game to play. I hope
right.
you all have a splendid night. Philip White, do you have any parting messages for the people of the world?
Tune in later this week. We'll have more stuff. I'm gonna
What?
keep editing video. I'm going to editing, and I'm going to be live.
Oh yeah,
That's the plan.
Yeah, Philip White dropped a banging edit. You should go check it out on Instagram. Primetime with Taff and Phil. It's fantastic.
Well, we gotta be well over 1 million total views now on the Instagram. Well over 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
The 1.1 million range.
Sheesh.
So, yeah. You're welcome.
Some light. Thank you, Philip White. You're
welcome. You're welcome, you know.
People of Earth, we will see you again soon. Temple has an away game this week.
Oh yeah, Temple got smacked.
We were so close. We were so close to winning. 42-3, man. 42-3. We were so close.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
what happens when you play a real team?
Well, we're playing Georgia Tech this Saturday, and we'll see how that goes.
Didn't they beat Clemson?
Yeah, but maybe Clemson's just bad.
They beat a ranked team. They did. They know what they're doing. I do agree Clemson is bad, though. I do agree Clemson's really bad. Yeah, they didn't look good the week before either.
But, all right, Young T is ready to recline. Have a fantastic night, people of the world. Stay tuned for free refills, and stay tuned for our Saturday show and our Sunday morning show, featuring many a guest and fun times. Go listen to On Time by Metro Boomin and John Legend, and let us know if you think Patrick Mahomes is a tool. Have a fantastic